All right. So we are going to get started. Today we are, during Daily 5, going to use our Bigfox strategy again to help read nonfiction text. Okay, so here's our goals up here on the board. I can use the Bigfox strategy to help me read nonfiction text. Now, you're also going to have a social goal. Your social goal is I can share my thinking when using the Bigfox strategy. Okay? So I'm going to record words and thoughts and ideas, but I need to be able to explain them to a partner too. During Read to Someone time, you'll have that opportunity today. Okay? So let me run through what our centers are actually going to be today, and then we're going to practice the Bigfox strategy with a book that I brought today. We're going to keep reading it. We started reading it yesterday when we introduced and talked about the Bigfox. But again, let's take a look at what our Bigfox strategy says. Okay? So remember, our Bigfox stands for bold. Okay? Bold words, remember we talked about this morning, were headings, titles, vocabulary words, things that are really important in our text to remember, okay? And then the italics, those are phrases or thoughts that are really important, and they're emphasized by the writer using those slanted words, okay? Graphics. Can somebody remember what the graphics were? What were the graphics? Why don't you tell a partner next to you what an example of a graphic would be? Okay, can I get a volunteer to tell me an example of a graphic? Oh, I love that hand up, Kate. Thank you.
It's a picture.
It could be a picture. Excellent job. Gavin? A map. Very good. This is a graphic. If it were in a book, we might get some information in that book about the graphic that's on there, right?
It looks realistic.
It looks realistic. Okay, it can, yes. What's another example of a graphic? Charts. Very good, Delaney. Okay, next we talk about our facts. Nonfiction stories are going to give us some facts, okay, some real information. Yesterday we talked about some vocabulary that we learned. They were facts that nocturnal animals are animals that are awake at night, okay? So that was a fact we learned yesterday about facts, okay? Opinions. Why don't you tell your partner, give them an opinion about brownies. Tell them whether or not you think they're the best in the world or not. Oh my goodness, thank you, Brianna. Your hand is up and quiet. Good job. Thank you, Heidi, for your eyes on me. You knew exactly when I rang my bell what to do. Good job. Okay, so an opinion is what, Montana?
I love brownies.
You love brownies. He just gave me an example of an opinion. Brownies are the best in the world. Is that an opinion?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's coming from me. It's my ideas or my thoughts, okay? And our opinions are based on our own experiences and things that we have seen and tasted or felt, okay? And then X marks the spot. You're going to get an opportunity to work with a partner today during your Read to Someone time. You're going to be reading the nonfiction stories that I brought for you together, and then you are going to be writing the main idea. X marks the spot means you're telling me, what is this whole story about? What is the big idea? What is the main idea? Okay? So we're going to run through a few today, and I'm going to hit a couple that you're going to work on today. All right? So yesterday we kind of focused on our vocabulary and our big words. You're going to have an opportunity to use them again. Some of you found some italics, okay? And in the reading tomorrow, you'll get an opportunity to fill that one out a little bit more. But you're going to work with me today when I'm reading to work on trying to find more facts. You're going to list an opinion, and you're going to give me a main idea, okay?
You do not.
Those are all elements you're going to be working on in your groups today, all right? So, let's get started. Oh, I didn't start my timer, did I? Well, I'm going to have to go back and reset it because we've only got 5 minutes. Okay. Thank you very much for capturing that. Okay. All right, so remember yesterday they went up to look at a bat in the barn, okay? The bat fluttered, then stopped, and seemed to disappear. Jay's father spotted it with the flashlight. The bat hung upside down by its sharp toes. Its wings were wrapped around it like a cape. Its little eyes peeked out. Its big ears kept twitching and turning. It was the strangest creature Jay had ever seen. Okay, on your sheet, I want you to try to remember, and if you need to ask a partner, you can. What's a fact I just read about this bat? What did you learn about a bat? Maybe you already knew it, but the fact is listed in the book. What is something you know about a bat? List it on your facts section. What's a fact that you yourself? Briar? There it is, sweetheart. Write it down. Don't you need a pencil?
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for those manners. Okay, I'm seeing some facts. Emily, can you give me a fact
Any fact?
that was in here? What did we say?
Oh. It's a fact that they found a bat.
Okay, they found a bat.
Bats hang upside down.
Bats hang upside down. Okay, I'm going to write this down up here real quick, okay? So some facts about a bat. Bats hang upside down. Okay, good. You found a fact. Let's read one more page, and then I'm going to call somebody else. As summer went on, Jay discovered many things about the dark, upside-down world of bats. He found that bats are very different from birds. Now, if you hear a fact and you want to write it down while I'm reading, please do so. Bats have fur on their bodies instead of feathers. Their wings and tails are made of leathery skin stretched across thin bones. Okay, so in that page, give me something. Write it down. Write it down. You need to have it down before you tell me. You need to have it recorded before you tell me. What's a fact you just heard? What's a fact you just heard? Delaney says she has one.
Bats are very different from birds.
Ooh, I like that fact. So I'm going to write that down. Bats are very different from birds. How are they different from birds? Did you learn that? Let's see. This side's really quiet. Owen, what's a way that bats were different than birds? Do you remember from the story?
Birds are awake at day and bats are awake at night.
And we learned that yesterday, didn't we? That's a good fact. Very good. What about today's reading? What did you hear from that? Gavin? Bats have... Did we read that today? Okay, but that's something you already know? Ooh, save that knowledge, okay? So that might be something you talk with your partner about. William? Okay, so these are all things you know from experiences and other things you've read, right? So give me one from this page. Okay.
Bats have fur and birds have
Bats have fur. Okay. All right. Now, last one I'm going to ask you. What we've read so far, can you give me a main idea? Can you give me an idea about the bats?
So far we have been learning about the bats and what they do.
Okay. So this story, what could you tell me? And can somebody write a sentence about what you think this book so far has been about? What is the main idea? If you could give me just one sentence, write it down, and then we're going to share it, okay? Yep, in the X marks the spot box. Thank you for asking that question, Emily. All right, our time's up. Finish up. You're writing the main idea. Write me one sentence about what we've read so far. What is this book about? In the X marks the spot, I want you to write the main idea. Bats. A little more than that. What's the main idea? Okay, I'm walking around and I'm seeing some great things. Brianna, can you give me the main idea that we've come to so far?
So, we are learning about bats and what they do.
Okay, so I'm going to say the book is about bats and what they do. Very good. Okay, now real quickly, I want you to write an opinion. See, I think bats are adorable. But my husband thinks they're gross. So that would be his opinion in that box, okay? So I want you to write your opinion about bats. Okay? And then we are going to get cleaned up from snack and move to our first rotation. In our first rotation, but let me show you. So that's round 2. Round 1. This crew is with me today. We're reading our nonfiction stories in our group. You will need your notebooks. Listen to reading. You're going to read a True Flicks book. Oh, sorry. I need to make sure we're all paying attention so we know what our job is. Because my job is to work with students, and I can't have you coming up here asking what to do. Okay? So on our chart, you will see what your job is. But let me go over it really quickly before I send you off. You're going to listen to reading. You're going to read a True Flicks book. Then you're going to record 2 facts, just like we did up here, on your facts section in the Bigfox. If you are reading to yourself, you're going to go to E Point Plus. Thank you. If you're reading to yourself, you're going to go to E Point Plus, and you're going to fill in an opinion. An opinion over the story. What were some of your thoughts, your thinking, your feelings, okay? In the opinion section of the Bigfox. Reading to someone, you're going to read nonfiction books, and you're going to do the X marks the spot. You're going to write the main idea of the story you read with your partner today. And you know what? Hopefully, the both of you can talk about that main idea. Maybe you'll come up with a really good one to put down on your sheet. But what happens if I totally disagree with my partner?
Don't disagree in a mean way.
I don't disagree in a mean way. Thank you, Briar. I need to say, well, I respectfully disagree. You can go ahead and write your answer, and I'm going to write mine. Okay? It doesn't have to be exactly the same, because we may not agree about what the main idea is. Okay? Okay, and then word work today. You're going to add any of those new words that you find during your reading, anything that maybe you heard from our our bat story, some vocabulary we added yesterday to your personal dictionary. Then, if you have some time, I want you to go through there and write what the definition is for those words, okay? And if you need to look it up, it's on dictionary.com, and I will write that up on the board for you. So that way you will know how to spell it, okay? So it's dictionary.com. If you need to look up your words, okay? If you don't already know a definition, you could write in there. Okay, so timer is being set for 15 minutes. And I want snack away and move.
Did we get a new Bigfox sheet, or did we?
Nope, you're just going to keep adding to your Bigfox sheet.
My grandpa's yesterday.
Yep, and I moved her. Oh, you mean in your... Oh, I didn't add her back, did I? Thank you for catching that. She would have been lost today, wouldn't she? Jiminy Crickets. Okay.